Okay, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I'm on my way home. I am so I worked today. Shoot, I worked. I'm just so exhausted. I just want to get home and just see my baby and just relax. So everybody is just so up in arms right now about this coronavirus. And I tried to watch a little bit of, before I left for work about what President Trump was addressing and everything that they have in place. But this is what I want to know. I'm trying to understand this whole thing. Like we'll get more tests. 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 They're thinking, they already said like 1 million around the world is affected and we'll get more tests. And I'm just like, and then what? I mean, if this thing is supposed to be the new norm, I mean, do you get a test for a cold? I mean, then what? I mean, all I really want to hear is that we'll find ways that the American people can boost their immune system up to fight this, come up with a cure. It's just ridiculous. We'll get more tests. We'll get more tests. It's like if a woman is pregnant, she already took a daggone test and she knows she's pregnant. She can see the belly and she knows she's pregnant. She don't need no more. Come on, y'all. The thing is airborne. And so I guess in the thing he was going to discuss about, let me get over it, putting on a mask. And so I wore that for a little bit, and I'm like, I'm going in the house. Let me get my ginger and my garlic. I already got some okra in the house, but I got some on my lunch break because I drank my juice. But it's just, I don't know. It's just everybody is so up in arms right now. It is affecting people's jobs right now, and it's like that's all we're hearing about. This is gonna go on until another 6 months. Like, I'm not going. Come on, y'all. We're gonna make sure this is in place now. Okay. And then another thing too that I'm just like not really feeling right now is Bill Gates, man. Like, aren't you into computers and stuff? And I understand he's in other foundations and everything. So you step down from Microsoft, and now you a doctor now talking about you gonna come up with, you and your team are working with a way that you can read. Like, what are y'all? You know what? When I get home, I'm gonna put on my comfortable clothes, and I'm just gonna look at something relaxing and watch my baby jump all over the place. The thing that's starting to frustrate me too is that the media seems to only show those 3 photos of people in the hospital. Those same 3 photos over and over and over again. It's like everybody shares the same document. Like, you can get a photographer to go out there and take a lot of photos. He's not going to take the same photo 1,000,000 times. So you just don't know, like, who to trust, if it's real. And yes, there are people that passed away. Then they're saying it was other underlying diseases. It's like, well, which one is it? And then they can't, I don't know. I just want this thing to go away. This is going to be the new norm. It's going to be where you're working from home. It's going to be where it's too many of y'all in the crowd. It's going to be no more mass churches anymore. It's going to be the new norm. Because even when he said it, moving forward, once we fight this and moving forward in the near future, making sure, I was like, yeah, this, y'all already setting up shop. We're getting more tests. Okay, and then what? One doctor said you can expect that majority of the Americans will deal with this, just like majority of Americans would deal with a flu or a cold. So, is anybody working on a cure? Or can we, what's the crew overseas that nobody really wants to talk to? The Cubans, our Cuban brothers and sisters that seem to have the answer, but we're not mentioning that they have the cure. Because of y'all politics and y'all money. You can't trust now, you just don't know what to trust. You can't really trust ABC, NBC, Fox, because all they are, they just like to instigate things, man. They like to instigate. They will be the reason why this country would end up in a daggone WAR, because they like to instigate things. Did you see what this country said about this? Well, what about what? I mean, they're instigators. It's like these people are supposed to be professional, but they're not. And they will put everybody in jeopardy because if they're instigating. You know what? Like I said, when I go home, I'm just gonna relax. Just gonna relax. It's gonna be all right. Oh, but I mentioned this last time when, who was it? Mexico wanted to shut their borders because they don't want Americans coming over there with the corona. My, the tables turns. And then they're talking about the food shortage because we don't have people that's going out there working the land and taking these little itty bitty jobs. But the ones who were doing that were illegals. They were the illegals that everybody was like, they don't belong here. But they were the ones that was picking your fruit. They were the ones taking the jobs. And now they're trying to tell you that you may be behind on your salads and your fixings. Well, you asked for it. Get out there and get the picking then. Sorry, y'all. I'm just a little frustrated by what I'm hearing on the news. And that's why I have to just turn it off. But you gotta kind of pay attention just to see what move they're gonna make and just look at it. Look at the whole thing. I want you to look at how many times they replay over and over and over again the same video footage that every news outlet has. Like nobody comes up with their own material. Nobody goes out to the front line with a camera and show you different footage. This is when you know that it's something behind it. It's a setup. That's like these so-called fake celebrities. They like to show you these photos, but they always look blurred out. Like they don't really want you to really see their whole, how can I say? They really don't want you to see them up close because you'll see exactly what they are. So they always show you these blurred out photos that look like they was taken back in 1960. Stay prayed up. attention. Ooh! That rock just hit my windshield. I don't need no cracked windshield right now. Just make sure you pay attention. Look at the media. Look at what they like to show you over and over and over again. Show you the same people laid out. And I'm not being insensitive by those that say that they did contract the coronavirus. But I mean, there are a lot of people that recovered from it. But test at this particular time when you know it's airborne, you should be working on a cure. Notice how no one never wants to mention a cure. Where, a vaccine. Like, what y'all trying to inject in us? Is it going to be mandatory? Because I know that the flu vaccine is not mandatory. I seen people get hemmed up with the flu vaccine. I seen people take the flu vaccine and then the next week they got the flu. You gonna let me get over it? Thank you. So it's hard to trust people that really have their own agenda. Especially Bill Gates. What we will do is we will take the gene and then we'll revamp it and then inject it into people. Wait a minute. You want to do what? Bill Gates, you want to do what? When the heck did you become a doctor? And now we speaking to you because you just feel like everything needs to be shut down. We need to shut everything down. To the one who likes to stay on an island 600 million feet apart from everybody. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying, y'all. Keep your eyes open. And I'm just hoping everybody jump back, get back to work, do what they gotta do. But I got a feeling that when they start to suspend certain things, certain freedoms, usually when it gets taken away, you may not see it anymore. Because now, I read somewhere where they were talking about shooting people on sight if they're out and they're supposed to be quarantined. I said, well, that's going to create a huge mess and a huge problem. Then they had one news outlet that said that the actual test that was given to us was infected with the coronavirus. I'm like, okay, I get the test and all of that. Now, I understand you want to be tested. Do I have it or don't? Okay, I get it. Now, can we work on a cure? That's what needs to be said. We're working on a cure to stop it. That we can be immune to this thing, that we can boost our systems. That's what we're doing. See, that's the solution. Because the test, once you get the test and say you do have it, but guess what? We don't have a cure. So what was the freaking point of the daggone test? Just work on a daggone cure. Work on a cure. Work on a cure. Work on a cure. We're working on a cure. We won't have one. No, you should have the top scientists, top college students. First one who gets it, let's do it. You can send a so-called man to the moon in a matter of times. Come on, y'all. We're going to have testing facilities and testing sites, and I'm trying to say it in a way so people can understand and not get frustrated about it. I get that. Are y'all working on a cure? 6 months out shouldn't even be an option. You should be testing right now, day and night, until you come up with a cure. As a matter of fact, we need to knock on the door and ask our Cuban brothers and sisters, what type of cure you say you got? Can we use some of that for our people? Look it up. Look up what the Cubans got. But y'all so selfish. Y'all so selfish. Y'all already know that when it comes to medical, that's a multi-billion, if not trillion-dollar industry. It costs to get cough drops. I'm just saying, just pay attention. Just pay attention. And the same ones that's talking, that'll tell you in their press release, what do they say? Social distance. I want you to pay attention to all of these so-called folks that's supposed to be leading this country, and I want you to check out their social distance. See how far apart they are when they're talking. Everybody out here getting it in. Y'all walking. Hey. Jogging. Y'all doing it up. Let me pull up and see if... Look at me. I'm like, let me pull up and see if my grass is greener today. Just pay attention, y'all. Sorry for my rant. I'm just saying, pay attention. Don't believe everything you see. And I'm not saying be ignorant and just be like, oh, that's just, whatever. Of course, we got to pay attention and see. Ask God to show us. Give us discernment. Is this for real? Anyway, y'all be blessed. Y'all take care, too. Don't remember that God is in control. And he'll give you wisdom in this hour. Just make sure you pray. Of us, we don't know. We ain't never been without freedom. You get what I'm saying? Told, no, you can't be over here or have a certain amount of your family folks together because y'all too deep. Hi, mommy. Anyway, y'all. Why is it when I pull in, I be feeling like my car is not... Brush him off in a minute, let him get back in. Yeah, I'm coming in now.